It's about 11 o'clock on the East Coast, 10 here in Texas. They never changed the time in Arizona, but they didn't get the memo that the time was going to change a few weeks earlier here in Dallas. It's 10 o'clock in Texas, but our Domino's key matchup tonight shows it's Dirk Nowitzki time in that third quarter, as his numbers are better than Steve Nash's thus far here tonight. Part of the reason that the Mavericks have turned around a 16-point deficit and have a 15-point lead as we go to the fourth quarter. Nash was just 1 of 6 in the third. And John, why did things flip so much in that third quarter?
Well, Greg Buckner defensively did a great job on Steve Nash. We saw Josh Howard also playing Steve Nash. And after Bill anointed Steve as the MVP in the first half, I don't know if you're so sure anymore, are you, Bill?
No, I'm not. Because this has been an all Dallas Mavericks second half. The Phoenix Suns have completely stopped playing basketball. And Dirk Nowitzki is now leading a parade.
Raja Bell is hot, unhappy with the foul call, but it does come. You know, for Phoenix guys, their record's terrific, 49-14, but they are 1 and 6 against the other West superpowers. That would be Dallas, San Antonio, and Utah. Meantime, Dallas is trying to improve as you add the columns on the right to 6 and 2 against teams 2, 3, and 4 in the West. Does it matter if Phoenix does not beat Dallas in the regular season?
No, but they're going to have to learn. This was an experimental game for Mike D'Antoni. All the cross matchups, the different ideas of what they're going to try to use. Will Boris Diaw be able to guard Dirk Nowitzki? That has not been the case at all, as Boris has come up with a very quiet 2-point, 0 rebound performance tonight.
And they will get one more opportunity. This game's not over yet. They get one more opportunity April 1st, this Sunday afternoon, an NBA Sunday on ABC. You'll see that game in Phoenix. But John, do you think it matters if the Suns get swept by the Mavs this season? Sotomayor, the outside hoop?
Yeah, I think so, especially the way it's happened. This is exactly the same thing that happened in Game 6 of their playoffs last year. 17-point lead for the Phoenix Suns, and they go on to lose that game. They were in complete control here tonight. And now you're talking about Dallas Mavericks winning 14 of the last 22 matchups. And I think there's something psychological there. They need to beat this team.
Fans unhappy that no foul was called as Jop hit the deck. But remember, it's only a 14-point lead, and that only is amplified when it's Phoenix on the trailing end. They can come back quick. Bell hits a 2, it's a dozen.
The rebound numbers have been the story, and Phoenix will not beat Dallas. Phoenix will not beat San Antonio, and maybe not Utah unless they become a better rebounding team.
Guys, we've been so pumped up about these two teams, as well we should, but there is that other team in Texas that is slowly creeping their way up.
Stackhouse up top, makes it. Not talking about Houston either.
Let's not forget about the San Antonio Spurs.
Not so slowly. They have the only team to be undefeated since the All-Star break.
Stackhouse is 23. There's the switch to get Nowitzki guarding Nash. Jop came over for defensive deterrence. 5 to shoot. So quick how he gets up. The quick dribble left and get up.
How many guys did you see right there? There's 3 on the clock and they're just going to jack the ball. He takes his time, steps it back, gets any shot he wants at any time on the clock.
Perfect execution, and the decision-making by Steve Nash, flawless.
I would say high basketball IQ, but that phrase has been banned by the Announcers Association. It's overused. Offensive foul called on the Mavericks. There are the best records since the All-Star break. The Spurs are rolling. The Spurs, Suns, and Mavericks have only combined for 29 and 2 since the break.
And the Bulls starting to play better basketball, realizing that their window is right now. How many more years is Ben Wallace going to be able to play at a reasonably high level?
What did he take? 73 shots last night, John?
21 shots for Ben Wallace last night. I got to see that tape.
See if they can get it to 10 or 9. Nash finds Stoudemire inside. A 10-point game. Avery Johnson says, stop it right here. 10-point Phoenix deficit.
When Mark Cuban was on the court yelling at the referee, this is a traveling violation. Did Steve Nash come down before he threw it off?
It was his 11th assist. It's a 10-point game. Thanks, Fred. Detroit's won their first 3 on the West Coast. They go to Phoenix Friday night. This game is tightening here. Avery Johnson has only coached 163 NBA games, but he knows what he saw in the first quarter.
We never won a game since I've been coaching in the first quarter.
Way to go, Cage.
Never.
And after the first quarter was the turnaround, John, that has been part of 73 Maverick points in the second and third.
You've got to talk about defense with the Phoenix Suns. Everyone talks that they don't play defense well enough to win a championship. And I agree, you have to address that. 73 points in 24 minutes is just not going to get it done.
And defense leads to great rebounding, and there's where they've really fallen apart tonight. The Mavericks have taken 26 shots in the second half. They've missed 11 of them. They've got 7 offensive rebounds.
Well, there they come up with a shot clock violation, and Barbosa's defense on Stackhouse started it, and then it got sloppy as Chop got it on the floor. So Avery Johnson's team turns it over, and now Phoenix get it down to 8 or 7, and certainly within striking distance. These teams had 2 wonderful 6-game playoff series the last 2 years. Could be on pace for a 3rd one this year. San Antonio, I have a lot to say about that. Diaz, it is an 8-point game.
Suns are 5 for 5 in this quarter alone. Steve Nash got 2 assists, but only 1 field goal this quarter for Steve.
10-3 here in the quarter for Phoenix. The double on Nowitzki, Terry game free. That's what Avery Johnson talked to us about before the game. Recognition of that double and get better passing out of it. Stackhouse leads the Mavericks with 23 tonight. Kirk has 22. Diaz going to attack it. Nowitzki leads Stoudemire through. Remember, Amari Stoudemire, before his injury 2 years ago, started extending his range on his jump shot. He even made some threes at the end of the year. Now he's showing some of that range as he gets fully in the flow this year.
Phoenix has the best starting front court in all the NBA. Yet they have been badly outplayed tonight by the Mavericks front court.
Size advantage. Nowitzki, never great with his back to the basket, has improved over the last 2 years, and there draws the foul.
Whatever happened to that rule that you were not allowed to just back down forever?
Well, you get 5 seconds. I think he was at about 4.5 there, bro.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's in slow motion.
Oh.
It's slow motion.
Each to shoot for 10.
Sounds like the reverb I have on my stereo system at home.
Nowitzki, good find of JT for 3. Jason Terry told us one of the reasons he thinks Dirk Nowitzki is the MVP this year. His stats are better in every category except for points, but the points are down because his assists are up, and that was a perfect example of the last 2 trips as he's teed it up.
Last year, he takes that fadeaway with 2 guys on him, but this time he finds Terry, who knocks it down.
Oh, how did Nash get Stoudemire, and how did Stoudemire finish? Chance for the 3-point play.
I'm beginning to think that this is by design because he's done it 6 or 7 times tonight, driving into the paint, falling down, almost traveling, finding Amari Stoudemire every single time. And the way this guy can finish, that's a great option.
Are there any other players in the league that finish the way Amari does in the paint, that those difficult little 4-footers?